What is up, everyone? It's Grim. I hope you're all good. Okay, fingers crossed you've watched the kind of intro video to this little series, so you kind of got an idea what's going on. If you haven't, by all means, click the link below. Go have a watch of that, give you a basic idea. General gist is we have wiped this character's gold. We've sent it off to other pastures new, so she has begun with nothing. We are going to go from 0 gold up to 1 million gold. You guys are going to be there the whole way. Now, we've got all the greens we've got from Naxxramas. Got them all there at the top of the bags. We've got the purples that we've selected that my character can use. Okay, it's a monk, so she can wear leather. It's all the leather items and various weapons, whatever else. We keep that for transmogs. And then the bottom left, you've got the augment stones, which you get from LFR. And you've got the only one battle pet that I got, which was the bone spider. Now, we've obviously got to click that, put it into our bags to actually, so we can sell it. So there we go. You can't sell it as it is. It's considered soulbound. So basically, we just got to go find it. Go giant spider. There we go. Got 2 of them, but we only want 1. Put it in a cage, and bang, there we go. So it's now gone in next to my Hearthstone. So we can now actually use that. We can sell it. Put it on the auction house. Now I'm probably not going to sell the augment stones because they're not part of this series. Later on, we will be doing LFR and that to make some gold. Frag things down, disenchant stuff, sell that. But at the moment, we're not. So we're going to keep the augment stones on one side, even though they make good gold. Then you'll see here, you see all the list of like fucking gold numbers and shit, and there's a number that's sort of going up in the middle of that lot. This is TSM. I have spoken about it before. It is an awesome tool. It's an empowering tool for using on the auction house. It gives you an idea of what the global trading rates are, what the rates are on your particular server, minimum buyouts, maximum buyouts, the average sale prices, all sorts of things. Take global with a pinch of salt. Global will tend to be higher than potentially your server. If you're on a normal server, if you happen to be on one of the huge servers, then global might actually be cheaper than yours, but tends to be globally slightly higher. Reason for that is because obviously it takes into account for, everything across the board. Prices fluctuate quite a lot, but it's still a really good tool. Now you will notice the battle pets don't have that. They've got nothing. Reason for that is the stats on battle pets change quite frequently. You can have one pet that can actually have a huge varying degree of stats assigned to it. They can't. I don't know the maths, the physics, or whatever else behind it, but TSM can't assign anything to that. Just it would take too much for it to do it, so pets aren't included. Okay, but it's not a problem. We can just do it the old-fashioned way. As you can see here, we have our boss drops. And these items are soulbound, therefore they don't have any auction price or anything like that. So what you get, in fact, is you get the vendor price, how much it would get, how much you'd get selling it to a vendor. Which, I don't know why I spent so long saying that when it's a really easy thing to understand. But what you also get is, if you disenchanted this item, what are you going to get from it, or what the percentage chance is you're going to get something from it, and how much of that is going to sell for. Now, normally it's not great. It's far better to sell the item to a vendor. Sometimes you can hit pay dirt. You can get crazy amounts. I mean, this is a Abyssal Crystal, easy for me to say. Sells for about 8 gold. So to be fair, this item we better to vendor it. Now I'm going to keep all this. This is my transmog stuff, so that's all good. We're not going to worry about that. But we do have a shit ton of greens, so we should really get started. Okay, here we go. Let's go for our first one, which is the shield. Let's plonk that in. By the way, if you're wondering why my interface for buying and selling stuff is a bit different, that's part of TSM. It's part of their package. So all I need to do is just drag that up, throw it in there, and it will show me if I've got prices down below. Now, as you can see, there's no prices here. There's nothing I've ever set before. I haven't got any rules or anything set up on TSM, so it's basically just gut feeling or using the price modifier. Now you can see here at the moment it's like 900 gold and shit like that when it's got average buyout and stuff. I'm not going to go for that. I'm actually going to go against everything I just said about global, and I'm going to in fact use the global normal buyout, which is like 19 gold. I haven't got a problem with that. The shield just doesn't look that funky to me, so I'm just going to check out 19 gold. I'm happy with that. It's more than I'd get. It's like double what I'd get from the vendor, so I have no issue with that. Only thing I will say to be wary of, when you're going to put something on the auction house, be aware that if you sell it, the auction house is going to take a cut. So if it's like a gold or 2 above what you would get from the selling it to a vendor, just be wary that you may actually lose money if you're putting it up and the margins are that tight. You want to make sure you got a little bit of a cushion between what you'd sell it for a vendor. Now, No point at all selling rings, I don't think anyway, my personal opinion. I would rather sell those to a vendor or disenchant them if I can get some nice stuff out of it. Purely the fact is that nowadays, with heirlooms being so abundant, most people want older items purely for transmog. You can't transmog rings and necklaces, so there's just no point, so I just try and get them out of the way. Now, be aware that when you're selling greens and stuff like that, some things will be really sought after and they'll go really well on your server, but also it varies from server to server. RP realms may have something that is absolutely stunning that they really love that may go for nothing, you know, tabards and things that may go for nothing on normal servers. So just be wary that there is a huge degree in pricing, and it's really more by once you've done it a lot, once you've put prices up, you'll get a gut feeling. By all means, use the global thing. That's what I do, and I'm talking about this from being a noob myself. I've watched guys, you see, you know, on Twitch or on videos on YouTube, and they know what an item's going to go for, and they can just bomb, just go through items. Be prepared for a lot of failure doing this. Okay, just get all the background information you can. That's why I like TSM so much. Just get all the background information that you can, and be prepared to fail. Like, we're going to come back, everything I've put up is for 48 hours. We're going to come back in 2 days' time, we're going to have a look and see what we've got. Now, rather than bore you guys with the rest of this, we're just going to skip ahead, and whoop! There we go, by the power of editing, last item done and dusted. So, that leaves us with our cloth. See, all my items are up there. We've done it all, got all those sold. Oh, not so, I wish they were all sold. Got all of those up on the auction. So we've got cloth and we've got our bone spider left. So, I'm not going to do the orc stones, as I said. Not going to do them at all, so let's just get them out of the way. There we go. So, as I always say on all of my videos about gold making, I always take cloth as just bunts, as, you know, as a bonus amount that I can get. Now, be wary of sometimes just selling cloth for, it's in my bag, it's easy, just put up a lump sum, let's sell it. Because things like Ember Silk, if you've got a lot of greens, for instance, those rings, if they were, say, Cataclysm level, and I could disenchant them for dust, then I could potentially get the silk as well, make the Ember Silk bags. They sell for a decent amount, as you know, compared to the rings and that sort of thing. So it's worth bearing that in mind. So here you go. You can see just from randomly going around picking this crap up, I've got, you know, 242 gold. Or, sorry, 252 gold, potentially there for the taking. Now, another thing to be wary of. You see here, you've got these three stacks which are for under 2 gold. Now, potentially, if we had a little bit of gold, if I was on one of my other characters, I would actually buy out those stacks, trying to push the average price back up. Probably put me down, I reckon, about 200-300 gold, maybe, which is half of our reserve, which is why I won't do it. But you could buy those out, flip them back on as big stacks onto the auction house for, say, 2 gold, even 1 gold 90, and you're going to get a good return on your investment. So it's risky, and I would rather have more money in the bank before we start doing stuff like that. But these are the things we're going to look out for. These are the games we're going to start playing. Okay, so here we go. We've got 490 gold. They're very pleasant, very nice. Wouldn't mind having that. So, but the one thing I will always check is always go back onto browse if you're using something like TSM and just have a look, because sometimes it will pull up these other battle pets. Now, as you can see here, you've got level 25 battle pets which sell for huge amounts of gold, you know, thousands and thousands of gold. So just be wary, okay, that you're not putting a level 1 on for 3,000, 4,000 gold when it's actually being compared to a level 25, because yours definitely won't sell, and you're just going to have it on there for 48 hours doing nothing, just looking like a dick. And there's no point in that. It's just waste of money. So I'm happy I've looked. That's comparable to my others. I personally would put it on for a lot less than that, but we're going to get a feel for the market. We're going to see whether this is a pet that people find desirable, see if it sells. So we'll get rid of that. Stitch the Pup from Naxxramas is the one I always tend to find sells the best. But there we go, that's our items on. Now, that is us done and dusted regards to the auction house. We're going to come back in 48 hours, see what we sold, but in terms of actually making gold, we have made about 616 raw gold. So all going up there, so the stuff we've got, as I say, I could have fragged them, but we're just going to sell them. So we've got 616 raw gold, roughly, and that's all profit. We've got, on the auction house, we've got 487 golds worth of greens, we've got 252 golds worth of cloth, and we've got 489 golds worth of battle pets. come back and join me in 48 hours time, and we'll have a look and see whether we are on our way, slowly, baby steps at first, to being WoW millionaires. Have a great one, guys. Hope you like the new series. If there's any information you'd like to see, any more padding out or anything like that, please by all means let me know. But have a great one, and I'll talk to you later.